Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com and this video is about Saturn and Aquarius. I will give an introduction, then I'll explain the whole Saturn and Aquarius, and then after that I will give you psychic messages with the tarot. So let's dive straight into this very precious topic. Saturn is moving into Aquarius after 30 odd years, 30 odd years, and Saturn has just moved out of Capricorn where he was strong in his rulership, and he met Pluto, and Saturn-Pluto meet was after like hundreds of years. And what do we have? Incarceration, conflict, a global catastrophe, a pandemic, and I had said that there will be a possible war with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And what are we in today? A war against a virus. We are fighting a microscopic, invisible enemy, and we are in this together because we are breathing the same air. And what is Aquarius? Air sign. So Saturn moving into Aquarius is also going to start another interesting movement. Mars would have already conjuncted Saturn, sparking, igniting this Aquarius energy. And Jupiter and Saturn are also meeting in the sign at the very end of this year, 2020, on the 21st of December. And this is the first time in 240 years that Saturn and Jupiter are meeting in Aquarius, in an air sign. Once they had met in Libra, and that was in 94, and we had the birth of the internet. So can you imagine how forceful the internet has become in our life? It has almost become mercurial because we do everyday things with it, okay? And now, with this movement of Saturn into Aquarius, we are going to experience an age, especially after this conjunction. It has been a rebirth because Saturn, Pluto have created a rebirth of structures, of society, of corporations, of the government, and everything is going to change. The air we breathe in literally is going to change. And whether this virus remains for 2.5 years during the whole stay of Saturn and Aquarius or not, I don't know whether it will have relevance. It will have relevance because it will be remembered forever. And it's probably going to restrict travel as we know it. And getting visas, it's going to be very complicated in the future. Okay, so look what happened right after Brexit also, right? Almost like an ancient curse was unraveled and we birthed the plague together, right? We're all in this together. This is the emphasis on air. It is, and also remember, Aquarius is a great leveler. Saturn in Aquarius is a great leveler. So he sort of leveled the playing field. The virus doesn't see whether you're rich, poor, black, white. The virus will level you if it's your time to go. And it is about building strong immunity. Yes. And it is about expanding those lungs. Very much about that. Now, almost Saturn Pluto was like Thanatos unleashed. Okay, Thanatos is the death drive, and we see that people are dying, and there's literally so much fear in the air. Okay, the society has been changed out of fear, and Saturn and Pluto can be very much about fear. Okay, but what is fear? It's a very primal emotion, and we have to get to the root of our fears. That is what Saturn, Pluto, that is what they're pushing us to do. Pluto's atomic, Saturn is crystallization. Okay, so Pluto's transpersonal. Okay, and Saturn is karma, it's chronos, time. Without Saturn, there is no manvantara, there is no incarnation. There is no coming down the seven spheres, the seven planetary spheres. So, in a sense, Saturn and Aquarius to me is a complete cleansing. It is a baptism. Aquarius is associated with washing away of sins, with cleansing, baptism, but this is not water, this is fixed air. The water bearer is throwing to you electrical water. Okay, in the theosophical parlance, this is fohat. Okay, so this is going to be a great washing away of sins as we are locked in seclusion, which is Saturn. Large groups of people is Aquarius, and we are forced to wash away our sins, maybe by not taking our car out so much, but maybe by not being a greedy corporate or being a greedy businessman that's destroying many people. Okay, I mean many families. So it's forcing us, Saturn in Aquarius, to wash away these sins. It's a purification. And I made a video about how Aquarius is related to the Kumbh Mela. So please feel free to watch it if you're interested in such esoteric subjects. The Aquarius is that dip in the Ganges, the path to Nirvana through electrical water. The modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. This is electrical water that stuns you. Uranus is a stunner. Okay, it's like a stun gun, but cosmic stun gun. You're like stupefied. That is the energy of Uranus. And in a sense, let us all acknowledge that we breathe the same air and wash away our sins, whatever it may be, and restructure society, because old ways are not working anymore. It's about innovation. With the Aquarian energy, it's always about innovation, but not for the ego. Aquarius can be egoistic, can be very much like my way or the highway. It's that fixedness, but it's air. It's not as fixed as, say, Taurus. Air scatters, but fixed air has tremendous focus and concentration that Saturn will feed off. And when Saturn was moving into Aquarius, I had this really internal feeling for weeks. And I was like telling everybody that, I send love to Saturn. What is Saturn feeling? 30 years later, he's going back home in this really eccentric sign of Aquarius. That is Uranian, that throws away its rules. Then I thought to myself, is that true? Aquarius does have rules. Okay, forget not, Aquarius does have rules, but it is going to tell you about its rules. Its rules it will follow. There are rules for Aquarius, but it is the rules Aquarius sets. Okay, it's not your rules. But to break rules, you have to ace the rules first. Aquarius understands that. That is where the traditional rulership of Saturn plays such a key component in this. Okay, that's Saturn. You have to ace the structure to break the structure. Okay, that is the key. That is why Aquarius is so great at breaking the structure, because in Capricorn it has already understood the structure. That's what Saturn is doing now. Think of a wall. What is enclosed in is Capricorn. What is out there is Aquarius. The unknown, deep space, aliens, the future, innovation, technology, AI. Okay, so Saturn will bring structure into all of this. Divination, astrology is under Aquarius. So Saturn moving into Aquarius is going to be a solid grounding space for astrology. On YouTube, Aquarius deals with the internet. So astrology will probably solidify itself further on the world stage with Saturn's move into Aquarius. Okay, and this is the card of Aquarius. This is the card of Saturn, the world, and the baptism, the washing away of sins. The 7 stars of the Pleiades constellation are the Saptarishis, giving and receiving, as above, so below, the 7 chakras, raw and naked. Okay, so this is healing. This is the culmination. That is Saturn. Saturn is bringing a culmination of sorts in Aquarius. Okay, a healing, a tremendous healing of sorts in Aquarius. But it can be cold, detached. Aquarius brings winter. Okay, it is the 11th sign, a master number, 11th sign of the zodiac. It brings the winter. So it's cold, and Saturn is very dry and very cold. I told you that. And it can be very rigid. It can be very much about my way or the highway and not giving. Okay, I have experienced that about Aquarius, and it can vacillate between extremes. Okay, one time here, one time there, extremes. Okay, this is something that, because it's not very grounded, is it? Hopefully Saturn is bringing in that grounding, that foundation. Okay. Saturn here wants universal truths. Look, you bam, move in, everybody's forced to face their shadows. Okay, and you have to face it. You have to be in the house. There's martial law outside. So, you have to look in the mirror. You have to spend time in silence. And if you are in bad company, if you feel lonely, you're in bad company, period. Right? But Saturn will be tremendously objective in Aquarius. In Capricorn, he can still have hegemonic agendas, power plays, but in Aquarius, I don't see Aquarius as a sign that does power play. Okay, it's a very straight, it's a humane sign, by the way. It's a humane sign along with Gemini and Virgo and first half of Sag. It's a humane sign. So there's a very humanistic element. It's archetype of the philanthropist. Aquarius wants to innovate for the greater good, not for himself. Okay, he wants to give to the community. That is the energy Saturn is bringing out. Give to the community in whatever way. Support. Saturn is support. Support in whatever way, And the interesting part here is Saturn is so detached that it can be outside and it can observe the scenario, take the necessary notes and figure out what needs to be done. Even with the coronavirus. Okay, and I see the problem this whole year because, Saturn's going to be hopping back and forth with, 3 months he'll be in this sign of Aquarius, hovering on the first degrees, and then he's going to move back. And then he's going to move forth in November or December sometime, and then that's it, a 2.5 year stay. So I still see Saturn taking notes and making all these changes and coming up with solutions, but, the execution of it, okay, and the change from the heaviness of the earth to the lightness of air. The air is very powerful and the air scatters. Look at the element, it scatters, And Saturn here will want to make the unknown known. Whether it be extraterrestrials, whether we get to know solid stuff. Saturn is also the judiciary, legal documents. Aquarius is aliens. So stuff about that can come out. More disclosures. What's really going on? What is the story of creation? We know about technologies, technological gadgets that have been discovered that, that just stun the archaeologists. They don't know what it is, right? So I think a ton of that is going to be exposed, okay, with Saturn moving in here. And can be very arrogant, can be very dismissive. People in general can be very dismissive with this energy. And Saturn can be dismissive in this airy vibe of Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius is very solitary again. Okay, very solitary, but there's a dichotomy to it. Aquarius needs the community. It is very much about the collective as it is about the individual. People with heavy Aquarius placements have tons of individual touches to their appearance, especially Aquarius, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, tons of like tattoos, piercings, because they want to appear very individualistic. They're not, a part of the herd. But if they identify to a community, then that's it. They'll do anything for the community. They're great at hosting parties, getting people together. Not good with one-on-one. The Saturn one-on-one touch can be lost. Saturn in Aquarius can bring an isolation, incarceration. Movements can be restricted. Okay, of course, the negative side of Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius is going to be very much about how we stay together. Okay, if we are not going to lose all our energy because, you know, we feel conflicted, we can feel very conflicted. Air signs are very dualistic. So it's about staying together, keeping all that air together. Fixed air will help you. It's not cardinal air that's going all over the place, or mutable air that's just, you know, shifting and fluxing. This is fixed. So chant divine together if you can. You can visualize, like I said, divine together. And you can touch your heart chakra, divine together. Together is a master switch word that can really help you keep it together. Okay, this sense of alienation that we feel, you know, may be a good thing, because now people are really not meeting one another. So the physical distancing has been done. Social distancing is a big thing with Saturn in Aquarius. Wow. So poetic, if you ask me. People like me who've been social distancing forever, to us, you know, it's like, okay, everyone's now adapting to my lifestyle, right? So it's a bit funny, I know, but it's just how this whole time is such a new time. Okay, such a new time, and the unknown is going to be known. And I'm so excited about, you know, finding out things about aliens. And I don't mean green little men. I mean, you know, bacteria or any form of organic life that exists. I'd be really excited to know more about that, right? I mean, who wouldn't? But there is going to be a great dissatisfaction within, because again, Aquarius always needs to find meaning. So, you know, there could be a deep dissatisfaction if you've not found your place in life as yet, if you're still looking. But believe me, it's a very good time to look and find yourself this next 2.5 years. And you need to belong. But Saturn and Aquarius can come with a sense of not belonging, because Aquarius is oftentimes the outcast, the eccentric. Okay, because they're so futuristic. No one can understand them. Now, problems with father can happen with this, because Saturn moving into Aquarius, Aquarius is rebellion. Saturn is the father. Even problems with authority can happen, especially if it's triggering, say, your 12th house, or even if your 8th house, okay, or 7th house of open enemies, 12th house hidden enemies, right? Now, when we think of Aquarius, the glyph of Aquarius, the water bearer, it's an Egyptian glyph, by the way, from which they adapted it in astrology. These are the primordial waters of as I said, cosmic knowledge. But Aquarius is very reasonable, very, very humane, like I told you, and reasonable. Okay, they're not outlandish, they're very reasonable. Okay, and you can actually have a debate with an Aquarius and leave home satisfied, both parties. Okay. Now, interestingly, Aquarius is a balance between Capricorn and Pisces, cardinal earth and mutable water, the end of the zodiacal wheel. So Aquarius is sort of like a midpoint. Interestingly, no planet is exalted in Aquarius. So they say, some say Mercury is exalted, but you know. And the life of our solar system is in fall in Aquarius, because Sun rules Leo. So Sun is in fall in Aquarius, right? The only sign where the Sun is in fall, the center of the solar system, the Sun, okay? Because again, the Sun is not about deep space. The Sun is now here, right? So that's Gemini again, once you think about it. Mercury now here, right? The Sun is creating, sustaining the solar system. Aquarius wants to go beyond this solar system, beyond it. That's why I think the Sun is in fall in Aquarius. Now, what I want to talk about is Fomalhaut. Okay, Fomalhaut is at 10 degrees of Aquarius. Okay, it is a fixed star. It is known as Satavisha. So Saturn will obviously come back into Cap, and then after next year will go into 10 Aquarius. And this is the time when, you know, if you are being triggered, your natal chart is being triggered, this is an energy of fame. And it's also a very healing energy, because this Fomalhaut is known as Satavisha, the 100 healers. So, if there's any sort of disease, and I also say coronavirus, when Saturn moves over Fomalhaut, I think that something substantial about coronavirus is going to be announced. The real vaccine. Not this year, this year in September, corona can come back. So, I mean, it's like when Saturn crosses over 10 degrees of Aquarius, lot of medical advancements are going to happen. A lot of futuristic tech, even for healing, sound healing, laser healing, light healing. It's going to be crazy, okay? Medicine and tech, we will not even recognize hotel systems, medicine, tech, the judiciary, everything's going to be computerized with Saturn moving through Aquarius. Aquarius is the internet. So Saturn is going to bring structure, real structure to the internet. And can you imagine what that will do? And even for cryptocurrencies, it's going to be a big, big boom. Yes, the markets are down with the Saturn-Pluto meeting. Markets are like, but this is the time when tons of opportunities are also created, right? Don't forget that. Okay, now let us move on to the tarot guidance for this whole time of Saturn and Aquarius. Just a one card guidance. So you sort of, if it resonates with you, you can keep it as a card to meditate on, to really, go into the very depths of the meaning and look beyond meaning. I mean, that is Aquarius, beyond. Okay, metaphysical. What is metaphysical? Beyond the physical world. Okay, so we begin with Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. Okay, no, that was a double card. Okay, first let's, I guess, energize the cards with a mantra. Okay, let's do the Medicine Buddha mantra, because Medicine Buddha is a healing Buddha, and right now everything is about healing the coronavirus. So, Teate Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Raida Samungate Soha. Teatai Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raida Samungate Soha. Teatai Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raida Samungate Soha. Okay, you always have to do chants in threes or 9s or 11s. Okay, Aries, King of Swords. For Saturn in Aquarius, you can expect clarity to come into your life, Aries. Okay, cutting away with what is useless. Real clarity. This is what Spirit is telling me. This is, it's beautiful actually. If there's a legal case involved, you'll win it. Okay, if there's something you want to publish, you can publish. If there's something you want to give, flesh out intellectually, you'll do so. Business, successful. You may even go above rank, because the swords are associated with nobility. So immediately, some areas you're going to go above your rank, or, if this is a romantic interest, it could be someone who's above your rank. Taurus, Seven of Cups. Too many options will have you not taking advantage of any of them, Taurus. And Uranus is in your sign. This is the Age of Aquarius that's unfolding. So please, tons of opportunities are going to come for you, but you have to be smart enough to realize what you need to do. Okay, or if you're trying to do too many things, you will not succeed. You have to be very focused. I doubt Taurus will do too many things. It's not like they're Gemini, but who knows. Too many relationships, not a good idea. You will be caught. Gemini, you're waiting for your ships to come in, your metaphoric ships. So all the work you've put in something, it's going to come in. And also I see a team. Threes are always about teams. Threes are also about the Trinity, mind, body, soul. Okay. God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So this is about creating a triangle, which is also a trine actually, which is a very harmonious aspect. So I see harmony, creativity with threes. Okay, and wonders, creative. So I see a very creative time. If you're waiting for something to come in, it's going to come in and you're going to be satisfied. And not only satisfied, you're going to build with it. Okay, now Cancer, what can we expect for you? Let's see. Wow, this is the card of Aquarius itself, healing. Eclipses will also be moving away from your signs very soon. So I see healing, tremendous healing. Okay, receptivity, psychic knowledge. Cancer is beautiful. Direct blessing from Saturn himself. Leo, what can we expect for Leo? Okay, 8 of Wands. Whatever you're doing, whatever your work is, execute, go for it, do it. And this could also mean all the emails and everything, send them. Okay, but whatever it is, take action. Don't sit and waste time with Saturn in Aquarius, just 7th house that to Leo. So, just get cracking, don't waste time. Virgo, oopsie. This card just sort of stood out, so just fell on my chest. So this is the 6 of Wands. It's about celebration. It's about leadership, Virgo. It's about job well done, but don't think this is forever. This is not a permanent victory. Yes, you may have proven yourself, but you have to work hard. There's tons of work to be done. Believe me, Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising and must tell you in Virgos. Yeah. Now, Libra. Let's see what I have for you. Page of Swords. And swords are associated with their sign. So it could be a sibling. It could be a child, prepubescent. It could be someone younger you meet and you go on a sort of a internet thing, because swords are also connected to the internet. And there's an exchange, and pages are always very youthful energy that somehow touch us. And swords are about cutting away. So this page of swords could bring in some information that helps you realize something, and you cut away what is unnecessary. Scorpio. Wow, this is amazing, because this is bringing you a financial opportunity, Scorpio. You will be blessed with Saturn in Aquarius. Now, Sagittarius. Wow, the card of Leo, 8 of Wands. So, take action. Go for it. Okay, Sag, go for it. Cappy. Wow, you got the card of Leo. So this is about taming your animal self and realizing that you have the strength to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Okay, remember that you cannot win over this lion by fighting. You have to win over this lion by love. So it could mean self-love, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius. Wow, you just got the card of Capricorn, the sign for you, and Saturn is just moved out of Capricorn, moved into your sign. So don't be slavishly attached to anything. Okay, this card ultimately calls for self-mastery, because if these two realize that the shackles are not real, or they're not really held hard and fast, they will escape. Okay, self-mastery is your keyword. How poetic is that? Saturn mastery, self-mastery, Aquarius. Pisces, okay, that card just fell out for you. 9 of Pentacles. Someone is coming to you with a business proposal. Accept it, because it could even be someone you're not familiar with, earth sign, and they come up with a business proposal or an investment idea or some money enhancing. Knights are, of course, more mature than pages. So they have a more mature idea. Okay, and they will help you manifest some real dosh. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Like, play, subscribe, comment would mean so much. And I hope Saturn blesses you in Aquarius. Please don't forget to bless Saturn and love him and send him your energy, because he needs it. He's heralding a new era. He's championing the age of Aquarius. So let us send him love. Let us connect with the planetary diamond of Saturn. Let us invoke him, and let us call upon him to solve the distress that is happening in the world right now. And believe me, no one, and I mean no one, has the medicine like Saturn. He has the medicine. And as he passes over the 10 degrees of Aquarius in Fomalhaut, he is definitely going to give us some real medicine. So much love to my Saturn, much love to my subscribers and my audience. See you soon.